Shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone that rule well, to teach well, while learn the truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, servants scattered about the four corners of the earth, and shalom to the Akwaf, which are you sisters that are sincere in your children, shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be basically building off of this video I got here from the guy Steve Ram. And it's basically with the headlines that are happening in the news. You basically got Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin talking about basically coming to a cease deal, you see. And we know ultimately for what the scriptures have said that there will be no peace ultimately coming, man. Even though we ultimately see all of these nations, that's what they're talking about, you know, peace coming and all of this and stuff like that. But that's not the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. We know the Lord is going to bring World War III, man, because that's ultimately a part of prophecy and it's going to take place, you see. So though these nations are saying that there's going to be peace deals and things of that nature, that's not what's coming. That's not scriptural. You see, I'm actually grabbed this precept right here. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So right along while these nations are basically talking about, you know, peace negotiations and things are going to get normal, this can be the time and season where Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai allows things to intensify. Because as I said, World War III will take place, man, and nothing is ultimately going to stop that from occurring. Even though these nations do want to come up with peace deals and talk about negotiations of things, you know, declining and things of that nature, that's not what's going to actually happen. You see, the will of the Lord is going to be what ultimately stands at the end of the day. You see, as it says right here, I'm going to grab this precept. This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21, and I'm going to read it in the KJV, right? It said, there are many devices, right, in a man's heart, meaning his mind. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. So even though you have all of these different nations talking about, oh, there's going to be a peace deal, but the Lord's counsel is what's going to stand. And that's these prophecies ultimately coming to pass, man. So there won't be any peace between America and Russia, man, even though that's what they're talking about in the media, you know, and trying to push into the minds of the people. That's not what's going to happen. Right. So this is 2nd Esdras chapter 15, and I'm going to read the first two verses. It says, behold, speak down in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. You see, and World War III is a part of prophecy, right? Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. That's talking about these prophecies, man. So they're going to come to pass. So no matter ultimately what it is that we see these people ultimately negotiating and speaking of, if it doesn't align with what the scriptures say, then, hey, what they're saying is wrong, man. It's not valid, you see, at the end of the day, you know. So I'm going to grab this other precept that I have right here. This is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. And it says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? You see, because like I said before, these leaders can say all of the things that they ultimately want to say about, oh, we're going to come in with a peace deal. But at the end of the day, the Lord is the one that's controlling their minds. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart, meaning his mind, is in the hands of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So if what they're saying is not going to line with what Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai word says, then, hey, it doesn't even make sense at the end of the day, because these devils can say that they're going to have a peace deal. Then, you know, tomorrow they'll be back shooting bombs at each other, Russia and Ukraine. So like I said, we're not living in a time of peace, man. You know, at the end of the day, we're in a time and season of war, man. And that's what the Lord is going to bring. And nothing is going to stop that. So I'm actually grab this precept that I got. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, right? And I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. Verse 3, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up. Verse 4, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Verse 5, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. Verse 6, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away. You see, verse 7, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak. This is the point right here, verse 8, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. You see? And that's ultimately why we know that there's no peace that's coming to America, or the world or any of these other conflicts that are occurring worldwide, because we know we're in a time of war. And like I said, the Lord is the one that's orchestrating all things. He's controlling the minds of these leaders. So even though they're telling the people that they want to bring peace deals and they want these wars to stop, hey, if it's not aligning itself with prophecy, as I said earlier, man, it's not going to go in their way, man. You see, the will of the Lord shall stand, and I'm actually get that precept, right? This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 9. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me. Verse 10, this is the point. Declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. And what is a part of the Lord's counsel? To bring in World War III, to judge this place America via ICBM nuclear missiles. So nothing is going to stop that, man. Not no peace deals, not no talks of peace, none of that, man. You see, because these things are going to happen. Right? It's all that in the appointed time that the Heavenly Father have set, of course, but it's still going to take place, you see, and nothing's going to ultimately stop it. So I'm going to get into this video, right? So
breaking news coming out today in the past hour involving the United States and Russia and the potential war we've been looking at and the involvement with Ukraine. Take a look at the latest headlines with me. Coming out today, August 6, 2025, Trump says that he is open to meet with Putin face-to-face next week, followed by a three-way talk with Ukraine Zelensky. The two-part diplomatic approach involves separate Putin meeting before including the Ukrainian president, as we're hearing today. After that meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, Trump is saying he needs to meet with Putin face-to-face. Now, this happens while, take a look at this, the U.S. still plans to hit Russia with secondary sanctions after the Putin meeting. President Donald Trump said the meeting between...
So here it is. They're talking about coming together with a peace deal, but then the U.S. is still putting sanctions on Russia. So like I said, man, all of the stuff that these people are talking about is all, just smoke and mirrors, man. At the end of the day, the Lord is going to bring forth this war, and nothing is going to stop it, man. So I'm actually grabbed this precept as well. This is Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word, right, meaning these prophecies, be that goeth forth out of my mouth, right? It shall not return unto me void, meaning empty, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So like I said before, all of these prophecies are going to come to pass, man. At the end of the day, nothing is going to stop World War III from taking place, man. Nothing, you see. No matter what these leaders ultimately try to put out there to the people, you see, as I've said, or no matter what they talk about, if it's not aligning itself with the scriptures, then hey, it's void, man. It doesn't mean anything. It's just empty talk, you see, at the end of the day. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Lord's willing, I pray it be edifying. It was just something quick through the spirit, a little update video. With that being said, to the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.